All right, Dad.
No, you're good, Uncle Steve. You're good. There you
That was that condescending the way you were saying that? That sounded like my dad. It actually just gave me some trauma. I feel like I was in the room with my, hey, why don't maybe we put the cold drink on the coaster? How about that, John? That's what you did to me. And you heard it.
That I did.
Right.
I felt like he was here
I
too.
thought he was here. Right.
I don't know if you noticed. I looked right at his balls.
No, I know. Wait a minute. You said, holy shit.
Shaji balls is
No,
here?
he finds his way in.
He did.
He finds his way in by any means. Are we...
I was watching his content before. I'm sorry. You
got me. You got me. You got my heart fucking going, man. Anyway,
Right, you're good to go.
we're good. We're good to go. Welcome back, everybody, to the Johnny Rondi show. I almost fucked that one up. Uncle Steve.
Yes.
He's back in the chair. By the most popular demand. I haven't had somebody
I can't
get
believe
requested to be back in the podcast more than you. I swear to God. Doesn't matter who I've had on. I've had some celebs on the podcast.
Okay, well, maybe those people got to step it up.
They really, I think they do.
Quick shout out to the fire departments, especially and police departments.
Yeah.
Lacey Township Fire and Lacey Township Police. They killed it during that fire. I was out of the state.
Oh, you were?
And I saw a video of, I thought I was in California. I was like, I told Angelo, put some stuff in a bag. I told him the stuff to get, and I go, put it in your car. I mean,
really?
It was horrible.
And I heard one kid started it, didn't he? Some 19-year-old?
One kid was burning pallets.
Just because?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was an accident, but I don't know. I mean, you live near the Pine Barrens. You don't burn shit and not put it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, the state,
yeah.
everybody, great. I mean, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, they got that under control quicker than.
How many days was it?
A few days.
Yeah.
They had it it was, when I was looking at the news, I was in Tennessee,
Right.
I'm looking at the news and I'm like, holy shit, this is zero contained. It was like 12 hours later, 20%. And then it was like 30, 40. But it was like when I got home, it smelled like smoke.
Still.
Oh yeah, it was bad. Oh, it was bad.
It's got to be so overwhelming fighting a fire, like not even knowing.
I mean,
if
and
it was working.
the and very sad, the business that burned. One business
That's
burned. Yeah, but you know what's cool? I talked to somebody that knows the guy that owns it. He has 50 employees. He's keeping all his 50 employees working right now.
How? Just finding
I
things for
don't
them
know
to do?
how.
That's awesome.
Finding stuff for them to do, cleaning up. So everybody down there, Barnegat, all those towns down there, Waretown, and I mean just state police,
Yeah.
the forest management people. I mean, they killed it.
Wow.
They just had that under control so fast. So shout out to them.
Quick shout out, Jersey Strong, which segues
Jersey
into
Strong.
the
Segues
conversation
into it,
today.
baby.
We're gonna be talking about the Jersey Shore, the iconic
Yes.
Jersey Shore. Not like the show. The show. Listen, I was a huge fan of the show, still am.
I thought it was good.
But we want the real and raw Jersey Shore, how it was in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and now.
Oof.
It like we were saying before, it bridges
I don't
the
think
gap.
it's changed that much.
I don't think so either. And that's pretty rare. I think a lot of
Right.
things have changed
Exactly.
nowadays, and Jersey Shore stays constant. Before we get into that, though, we had some questions from the audience and stories that I remembered that weren't brought up last conversation
Okay.
about your days. And there was one that I cannot believe I forgot about this one. When you had to carry a wooden gun
Oh, wow.
and the reasons behind why you had to carry a wooden gun, I would like for you to share with the audience.
Okay. It's a little hard one for me, but it's okay. So you have any kind of domestic, right? When me and my ex-wife, when we were going through I like to call it my blue period, and
You're like
and
Picasso.
her dark black period. No,
Right.
I'm kidding. She's good people. We just didn't get along.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wanted me out. She wanted me gone, so she just made up some stuff. And the state does the right thing. They take your gun away.
How long did you have it
I
taken
had
away?
no gun for a year.
And you were
A year. And there I'm sitting in the station with no gun. And
That's
I'm like,
wild.
oh my God. And yeah, it was bad though. Like that, what we were talking about before. Like I said, when people say something to you, just real quick. I mean, this was like an example of like how bad I was. So that happened. I mean, talk about like your world falling apart. So that happened right when 9/11 happened.
Oh shit.
So 9/11 happened, and overtime was through the roof for the state police. Guys were making money hand over fist. Guess who couldn't work overtime because they didn't have a gun? This guy. So yeah, I was really happy about that.
All right.
Getting divorced, not seeing my kids, and you wonder why I'm in my blue period like Van Gogh wanting to cut my ear off.
Right. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you actually get a wooden gun, or they just said no gun for you?
No, I had no gun. You're someone that you know very well likes to say that I had a wooden gun.
Right.
And he'll go, "You told me you had a wooden gun." I'm like, John, I probably said it like a metaphor.
Yeah,
But no, they didn't give me a wooden gun to sit there.
Well, speaking of him, I also remembered a story that we didn't tell about, and you can tell the story, when you guys were allegedly shooting at some sort of stop sign.
Oh my God. Really?
Go ahead.
Oh my well, oh my God.
You can leave out the name of the other person that you're with.
Oh, why?
All right, no, fuck it, go.
No. I'm not.
You think he'd be mad if you told the story? Tell the story. I'll show it to him. If he allows us to air it, then we'll air it.
So, so him and I, we were in a gentleman's club for 12 hours.
Which blows my mind, knowing how
Yes.
he like.
Yes.
I would never even expect him to stay anywhere for
But-
12 hours.
But I'm gonna expand upon it that we were guys that just like hanging out with each other. Like the other part of that like place that we were at, it like didn't even matter.
Right.
We were just having so much fun with ourselves, but it was like this like they called it like a go-go-rama. So imagine t-shirts, like pennants, calendars, like anything they were giving away, we like had.
I mean, who doesn't love free stuff more than him?
So, oh God, and he was loaded up like extra stuff, like shoved out. I'm like, John, it's free. You don't have to worry about it, Oh, did I say John?
We'll bleep
Oh,
it out.
okay.
We'll bleep
Oh,
it
wow.
out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we're leaving and we're walking out, and I'm like, it wasn't a stop sign. I go, wow. I go, that's a bright street light. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, yeah, this fucking street light's so bright. And I don't know. I was a good shot. I shot the street light out.
It's fucking crazy.
And then West Orange PD pulled up, unmarked car, got out, threw us on the ground, stepping on my face. And I'm like, I'm a trooper. Not like back then. Like, listen, was it wrong? Yes, it was wrong. Keyboard Cowboys, go ahead, attack me, tell me what I am and everything else. But, whatever. It is what it is. It wasn't in a, and the funny thing was where the light was, I mean, I'm not that stupid. Where the light was, it was like an open like parking lot with no cars. So
Right.
it wasn't like I was going to hit anything. And plus, like I said, I'm a good shot.
I was going to say, that's pretty impressive. You hit a light like that.
Yeah, with a handgun.
Yeah.
And it was a small handgun too. It was a little 22 long rifle.
Wow.
Even smaller.
Very impressive.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I'm a
So then the
trooper.
guy's stepping on my face, and I'm like, oh, trooper. He's like, what? I go, I'm a trooper. They call up the station. They're like, hey, do you have a guy that, and they're like, yeah. Why, is everything okay? And they were cool. They were like, yep, everything's okay.
Oh, wow.
But, rumors and talk spreads like wildfire.
Right.
And it just, like, by the time I got back, they're like, we heard you, some sergeant comes up to me. So you like shoot streetlights out?
Also, it was pretty quick.
I'm like, oh, okay. I go, here we go. How about we stop doing that? I go, sir. I go, I just, I got caught up.
Right.
It was a go-go-rama.
I mean, you have to understand, sir. It's the Go-Go-Rama. Wow, good stuff. All right, well, I want to get those two out of the way. Now we can get into, another story, which this segues into. I want to hear. I know we're both Jersey natives. You grew up going to the Jersey Shore with your family down in Wildwood, but I think what we want to hear is the evolution of you going from just the kid that appreciated the shore,
Right.
to then your first summer.
Right.
at the Jersey Shore with your friends, the iconic, I guess, pilgrimage down south to the beach house, Thursday night to Monday,
Exactly.
all
right.
that good stuff.
Yes.
But I want to start with, because I was so interested in your saving skills. Like, I think kids were pretty resourceful and they had to, scavenge up whatever money they had
Right.
and then save it appropriately, because you're not making money when you're down the shore.
No.
And you could spend a tremendous amount. So, like, what were you doing for a job at 17? What was pay like? And then what was a house? What was rent like for a beach house?
So, what I was doing, I was actually it was a pretty high line job. I was a petroleum byproduct transfer engineer for Exxon.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which translates to, of course.
I was pumping gas.
Right. But not that bad of a job for 17 years old.
No, 17 years old, and I'll tell you what, if you knew how to, if you knew how to work the system a little,
Right.
it worked out pretty good, because if you cleaned everybody's windows, which I did, they throw you a couple bucks, so that's money in your pocket, and you had the old, can you check my oil, and we would do the empty oil can into their car, and we'd keep the $3 or $2.50 or whatever it was at the time for their can of oil that they didn't need.
Yeah.
So, a
You're
couple
scrappy.
bucks there.
Yeah.
And again, keyboard cowboys, yes, very deceitful, dirty. Yes, I know.
Yeah. We'll wait till they
Sorry.
hear.
I went to confession about it. It's okay.
Wait till they hear what you did at the gas station.
Yeah, well, that was almost God paying me back for it. So, so that job, and again, so you did. You saved your money, and what was I spending anyway? So I mean, I knew I was saving for my big trip down the shore.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
Yeah. So I actually haven't heard the full story about what happened at the gas station.
Okay. So the full story is, it was a Sunday. I was working all by myself. And I'm sitting there and I'm bored because Sundays were slow. And I was hungover from the night before, bored, just sipping water, just sitting there. And I found this little rubber washer. And I'm like, I'm going to burn this thing. I don't know why that sounded like a good idea at a gas station, but in my 17-year-old brain, it sounded great. So I went and I filled up this plastic container with the extra gas that sits in the nozzle. Yeah. So I filled up this plastic container with the extra gas, and I poured a little on to the rubber washer, and I lit it on fire. And it wasn't melting. I'm like, fine. I go, let me pour a little more gas on. Now everybody's getting this right now, I hope, right?
Yeah.
There's a flame, and I'm pouring gas. So the flame went into the plastic container. It explodes.
In your hand?
In my hand. My whole left arm is on fire, like a movie. And I'm like, ah! I'm trying to shake it to get it out. Can't get it out. My arm is on fire. Now the gas is rolling down. My arm's on fire. But if you're paying attention, the plastic container that had the gas in it, where is that now? That got thrown. That gets thrown, so I'm running around trying to figure out how to put my arm out. So where we used to sink the tires to check for flats, it was like this giant tub of water. I shove my arm in, I pull it out, my arm's still on fire. I shove it in, I go like this, my arm's out. I'm like, whew, I go, oh my God. So I go walking out and I look, the plastic container went this way. The gas pumps are over there. That's not the bad thing, that the gas pumps are there. Where they put the gas in, the gas is going right towards where the gas goes underneath.
Sure.
And the flames are 3 feet high.
Oh my God. So
in the midst of this, and this is a true story, because I look, I see this guy walking up the street in Montclair with his cane.
Oh no.
He looks, he tucks his cane and starts going, right? I go, holy shit. I go, oh my God, what am I going to do? Now, I'm sure we had a couple of fire extinguishers.
Right.
I couldn't even process a fire extinguisher. I run over. I picked up this giant tub of water. I come running out with this tub of water and I throw it on this gas and it put it out.
No way.
It put it out. Now there was 2-3 stores away from us. There was a fire station right there.
Right.
I just got this put out. I put the tub back, and I'm like standing there. Firemen come running down, right? Fire truck pulls up. They're getting out. They're like, what the fuck's going on? We're giving this guy oxygen up the street. He just came running up. Yeah, so the guy came running up. He must have been like, there's a freaking fire going on down at O'Hara's gas station. So he goes, what happened? I go, yeah, I was smoking a cigarette. And I go, the match must have still been lit. And I threw it on the ground. It kind of like just sparked up a little. He goes, well, you shouldn't smoke at a gas station, you fucking dumbass. And I'm like, sir, listen, I'm very sorry. He goes, you see those pumps right there, those tanks? He goes, you get a flame in those tanks, you're blowing up 3 city blocks. I'm like, oh wow. I go, okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Right. For the next time you smoke.
Oh my God. Like I'm thinking to myself, I would have blown up like this whole block.
Oh, because at that time when they got there, nothing was
there.
Like nothing ever happened.
Nothing ever happened.
That is incredible.
Because the gas doesn't leave.
Right.
The gas just basically burns.
Yeah.
It burns off.
Yeah,
that's why, like, when I put my arm in, the gas was still burning.
Yeah. And then once it
But
burns off, it burns
imagine me with my, like you talk about, it's too bad we didn't have cameras back then.
Yeah.
Like, if there would have been, like, video of me with my arm on fire running around and then flames going, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary, but funny.
But cameras would have been perfect for that moment.
Perfect.
But I'm surprised you have so many pictures from the Jersey Shore, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
Like you must have been camera guy.
Yeah, I was camera guy. I was like Wang.
Yeah.
I was a camera guy.
Yeah. So this is the book of.
This is the book of. So this is. There are. Well.
That is incredible. You have.
There's this one.
Joe, we'll have to put this on screen. Zoom in on this, Joe.
That is John when they were dating, John and Jen.
That is amazing. And he has a mustache too. That looks like it looks like me, and then my mom looks a little bit like Diana.
Oh, 100%.
How crazy is that? Look at my dad's mustache. Full head of hair. That is a great mustache too. How old do you think he was in this?
Oh, I'm going to go with 20.
No.
20, 21.
Wow.
He met your mom. He was what, 20?
No, probably younger.
Were they like
18, 19?
maybe 19?
Wasn't it freshman year?
Yeah, there's just some 80 outfits, some pink bathing suits,
Gotta love it.
some, whatever. But this book is, oh shit, where's the one with the house? So I guess what we could talk about first, right, is the way I started at the Jersey Shore. I was a baby. And
Right, you grew up there.
we used to go to, like I said, so in the beginning, we would go to Seaside. And my mom had 4 sisters. 2 of them had 4 kids each. And we would go down there, and there would be like 20 of us in like a couple of like these little houses. And our parents would like go out in like Seaside up to like, I think the bar. And I don't even know if this one's still there, the Aztec.
Yeah.
The Aztec was like a big place. So like our parents would go out and they would leave us with the older kids. And then the older kids would go, all right, well, fuck you guys. We're going out.
All right.
They would go out, get home before our parents came home. So you'd have like a bunch of like, I'm talking like little kids, like 3, 4,
Oh, it's just wow.
being watched by, I don't know, kids that are 10,
Yeah.
12. But that was my like start to the Jersey Shore. And then you had my mom, oh, here's the picture of the house. That was the first house.
So this is your first house. You're
That was the
what? How
first-
old? 18?
18.
18 years old. Now, is drinking legal at this point for 18-year-olds?
No,
was
we just. So I just missed that cutoff by 2 years.
That must have been so dumb. You guys
Yeah,
probably
it was like yeah.
Okay.
So we just felt entitled that
Obviously, yeah.
we could have fake IDs and we're just gonna.
Attention, attention, attention. Please be advised that this is only a test. Test 1, 2.
You got Luther Vandross doing a test.
Fire alarm audio and visual
That
testing.
that's sexy.
They can look inside of your apartment.
Please disregard any lights or noises
Oh, that kind of
you
vision.
see or hear throughout the building. This is only a test. Test 1, 2.
No.
He's like Barry White.
He says,
Attention.
Wait, is this for real?
At least we have to be calm. It's very soothing if there's an emergency.
Don't worry, walk out of the building.
he says, test, test.
Test, baby.
This is the fire alarm audio.
Damn, baby.
This
You're
is,
hearing it down here, right here.
this is the,
Get your test on now. All right, baby. Get in the mood.
this is,
How many times are you gonna say?
no, this is wild.
And this thing about to keep going too.
All
You
right.
think?
The guy said ignore all audio and visuals. It's just a test. This thing about to start beeping.
No. You think in here? I thought maybe in the lobbies and shit. It's not going to beep in here.
The speaker's right here.
Test, test.
Test.
That was the crazy.
That was awesome. You got to go see who that guy is.
That was amazing. What does he look like?
He looks like Barry White.
He has to, right?
I think
Hell
I
yeah,
know
he
which
does.
one it is.
I think so too. That's scared.
He's got a cream leisure suit on that guy,
Yeah, and he's just sitting. He's like, I'm waiting for this moment.
and he's got two bitches sitting on his
Yeah.
side. Yeah, he does. How else could he do that?
That was the. I thought we were getting hacked or something. I thought that was like coming from here.
I heard
I
some
thought it was your
noises.
box, yeah.
Vin looks at me. I'm looking at him. I'm like,
I thought maybe you fucked up or something, and that was like audio from a different podcast.
That guy's sipping cognac, smoking a cigar.
Oh my, easily.
Oh my god,
It says
that's-
test. Hey, we're just testing right now.
That's amazing.
That
I love that guy.
That was incredible. I hope he does every test. We gotta get him on the podcast.
Yes,
Oh my god,
100%, yeah.
what a voice.
yes.
Holy shit. Well, let's get. I mean, we're leaving that in for sure. So this is your first house. You're 17.
First house.
And how much is rent for a shack like this?
2 weeks for that shack was about $1,600.
$1,600.
So $800 a week.
Do you remember how many bedrooms you had?
3.
How many people fit in this 3-bedroom?
73,000. No. We had so I think there was 8 of us. 8, maybe 10.
Okay,
8 or 10. I don't know.
that makes
That
sense.
originally rented it, but then you know what happens.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna stop by. Oh, I can't leave. I'm like, I'm kind of fucked up. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, stay. People sleeping on the bench outside. I mean, it was just nuts. And
Right.
then, like on that property, there was our house, and then there was like this other house that was there, and these guys from Union were renting that house. So it was like a freaking. So we had this courtyard. I mean, it was really cool what we had.
Yeah.
We had this big courtyard, and as you can see, I got the pictures. The baby pool that we put in. We
Very
installed
nice.
our own pool, which was good. It was just crazy. Like, and you said, talk about the ride down. Well, the ride down, if you could imagine, we had 3 or 4 cars, idiots from Verona, driving down the parkway, and we thought it would be a good idea to like go over to center median into the express lanes, go over to center median into the local lanes, chase each other, the whole way down the parkway. And thank God, the state police didn't get us.
Right.
They didn't. And then, you know, I mean, we got to the house and we hit the ground running. So our one like real tall friend that looked older, he had a million older brothers. He had a fake ID. There was a liquor store within walking distance, and it just like we were responsible. We got down there and I remember we cleaned the house because it was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was just disgusting. So we cleaned the house, and you know, and then we just started. We just immediately just started drinking, and then I think the Sunny, you ever hear of Sunny Honey?
No.
The Sunny Honey's in Ortley Beach. That was like right across the street from us. So it was like breakfast and lunch. So, you know, you go there, get a couple of eggs for like $2 or whatever.
Yeah.
We were eating that, pizza, and most of our calories were consumed from alcohol.
Right. Mostly beer, I would assume.
Mostly beer. Nah, it was beer. And Seagram's. Old Milwaukee beer. You could see it in the picture. Old Milwaukee beer and freaking Seagram's 7 because, you know, the beer wasn't enough.
Right.
You know, you had to
You would
take
need
it up.
1,000 beers.
And imagine this. It's 85 degrees summer. We're drinking Seagram's 7 out of the bottle warm and blackberry brandy. You know, just because you need blackberry brandy too because, you know, you're not getting sick enough drinking 73,000 beers.
Sure. Now, are you friendly with the other guys? Are you guys
Yes.
very communal?
Yes.
You are, because I'm surprised by that. You would think you'd get.
This was our boy Gut.
How old is
He was
Gut
from
Gut?
Union. He's our age.
He looks 50.
Nope, he was our age. Here you go.
What the fuck, honey? What
Fishnet shirt.
fishnet shirt is?
Circa
I want to
80s.
bring this one back.
Yeah, I think that should
I'm gonna
come
try.
back.
I'm gonna try this back.
That should
this
come back,
summer, yeah.
especially if you got like protruding nipples. Blast right through the shirt. It's
Yeah,
nice.
you know what? My dad has an old '80s Hugo Boss. You may have seen it. The red cutoff sweatshirt.
I've never seen it.
I gotta show it to you because I'm gonna bring that one back in the
You
springtime.
know the funnel. I think the funnels are still around, right? The kids still do the funnels.
kids. Yeah,
I
they'll
don't
funnel
think
anything.
the funnel never left.
No, how could it?
That's
Yeah,
that's my one buddy who used to like to hang out in the pool and drink.
This is really, we're time traveling now. So give me, so again, you make the pilgrimage down Thursday night. Give me like a weekend in the life from Thursday to when you're going back home to work at the gas station.
So, no, this is 2 weeks straight. So this was a 2-week rental
Okay. Oh, and you stayed there the entire time.
the entire time. So 2 weeks of cheap beer, Seagram 7, blackberry brandy, people stopping by, you know, friends. These guys that were there, they were there for 2 weeks too. And they were like just as nuts as we were.
Yeah.
And just anybody walking by, they were like, hey, what are you guys doing? Hey, come on in. You know, it was just like that. And next thing you know, we got everybody in Ortley in our little courtyard.
Yeah.
Because our courtyard was really cool. And one of our buddies at the time, his brother, they had a summer house for the whole summer. So on the weekends, we had these older guys that were like down around the corner from us. And, you know, like if you notice in some of the pictures, there's lawn furniture.
Yeah.
Well, that lawn furniture we borrowed.
From your friends.
We borrowed from his older brother's house, or, you know, just some of the houses in the area. You know, I mean, if we needed extra seating,
Right. What are you going to do?
what are you going to do?
You can't sit on the ground.
You can't buy it.
No.
So you borrow it.
What if it gets
As long as after the 2 weeks, you bring it back.
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
And that's what we did.
Yeah. Even
So-
if it gets hot, you may need an air conditioning.
Right. Well, that didn't come until a couple years later.
Okay. So this is your first year. You went 2 weeks. Did you go a
First
day
year,
without
2
drinking?
weeks. No.
Every
Why would-
day?
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I mean, you're there.
So the other thing we would do now, right where this house was, Joey Harrison Surf Club, right up the street. Now, we couldn't get in, but Joey Harrison's would have like a teen night. So we would get blasted, go to Joey Harrison's teen night, and, you know, whatever. Like, you know what it was? We definitely were not. We were not the guys always looking for a fight. We weren't the guys that were out looking to meet girls. We were the weird, like almost like Greeks that just like to hang out and dance with each other and just hang out with each other and just laugh at each other.
Right.
And it was funny by being like that. It's just like people gravitate to it.
And girls
Just
especially.
because you're having a good time
Yeah.
and they're like, what the hell are these guys having a good time for?
Right.
How come they're not looking at us? I don't even care about you. Well, number one, I can't even see you. I'm so freaking drunk. I'm lucky I know my name. I'm speaking Swahili and 6 other languages that I don't know.
Right.
And, and that was like it. And during the day, like I was a beach guy. Well, as you know.
Of course, yeah.
But then, so they used to laugh. I had this little, you ever see those straw mats?
Yeah.
So I had the straw mat with my
Yeah.
towel. I tuck it up under my arm, walk up to the beach at 10 in the morning. And I would just stay there all day.
It's amazing.
I would just stay there all day. But, I'm there all day. They're back there drinking. So now I would come home. They would be all blasted. I'm like, oh, man, I got to catch up.
Right.
And then I'm drinking some rock gut vodka or whatever. And,
It's a disgust. Like you take a
It
step
was
back and you
disgusting.
get out of when you're in that
Oh, it was
and you're just
disgusting.
drinking out of plastic bottles and you're drunk and the next day you get drunk again and then again
Yeah.
and you're just
at least I would go and I was giving my liver a break going to the ocean.
right. Yeah.
I was swimming, I was sweating, I was whatever. These maniacs were just.
And then you
They
kind
would
of
come to the beach. It was funny. They would come to the beach. They would be there 10 minutes. They'd be like, fuck this.
oh really?
Yeah.
They just
Yeah,
like to
fuck
drink.
this beach. But sometimes, and again, the boardwalk, if probably it was a half mile away, was a seaside boardwalk, which was just as fun.
Oh okay.
So we would go to the seaside boardwalk at night and, all the debauchery that happens there. But like I said, again, we were like idiots.
yeah.
We're up there drunk, doing the shooting game, doing this game, doing the thing where you shoot the water, we're shooting each other. It was just we were just like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. How much different does the Seaside Boardwalk look now versus then?
Doesn't look different at all.
Really?
To me. It looks nicer.
Right.
Because back then you couldn't walk barefoot because you get a splinter this big in your foot.
Yeah.
And the nail, you're tripping over nails all the time. Now they make sure it's all screwed down and everything real nice.
Yeah.
But to me, it's the same.
Yeah.
It just really, to me, the whole thing, everything old is new again. I guess they make things look nicer, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same people. You had your weirdos. You had your people that were just, totally just weird, out of their minds, on acid or whatever they were on. And then you had your biker gangs, you had,
Oh really?
all that. And it's still there.
Yeah.
And who cares?
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time.
Did the cops give you guys issues?
The cops were, here's the thing back then, which was different, was the cops were monsters. Monsters. And the bouncers were monsters.
Really?
It was almost like they hired grizzly bears to it was, and it's oh my God. And when these cops came, when the Seaside cops came, they didn't come walking up hey guys, calm down. Oh no. They came with their sticks out.
Oh really?
And they didn't say, hey, calm down. They would say, hey, calm down by cracking you. And that's why when you saw them coming, you just ran.
Oh okay.
You run into the ocean, swim away.
If you could.
And they hired, think about this. So, the specials they hired, they were gym teachers and stuff, right? So, you got football coaches that can't hit their kids, even though back then you could.
Right.
But, so they'd go down there and crack kids.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Hey, you're getting stupid? Bang.
Yeah.
And it's, so you kind of behaved.
Did you have issues with the cops at all?
Nope.
Never did.
Well, when I was a little older,
Uh-huh.
but.
We're not there yet.
And again, it was scary.
Right.
Because they were scary. They were scary guys.
Yeah,
And hey, it doesn't matter, trooper or what. They were oh, really? Who gives a fuck? I'm oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get cracked like I was when I was a little kid.
Right. So, but 17, you behaved.
17, well, you didn't behave, but if they were around, or if someone even said to you, hey, knock that off, you were like, fuck, they're going to call the cops.
Yeah. Okay.
And you just didn't want that.
Interesting. So there was like a mutual respect out of the. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a wild environment, I'm sure,
Yes.
but
it
a
was,
mutual respect.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, because think about it. We were there, like the 8, 10 of us. And there were 8, 10 of hundreds and hundreds of kids there.
Yeah.
Just doing all the same shit.
Right.
So
now
it was great.
Yeah.
And they didn't, you know what it was too? Like back then, like the underage drinking, it wasn't even like like if they wanted to, like I guess if they needed more beer at the station,
yeah.
they would like come up and go, hey, how old are you kids? Oh, all right, well, we're going to take this.
And then,
All right, guys. You know, but they didn't even do that. Like,
Yeah.
and Ortley, and here's the other thing about Ortley that like people don't know. Ortley never had their own police department.
Really?
That's why it was a great town to go to if you were younger or you were hanging out. Ortley Beach was covered by Tom's River.
Wow.
So they would have, think about it, Tom's
That's
River's
far.
on the other side of
Yeah.
the bridge. They would have maybe 1 or 2 guys there. And the 1 or 2 guys there, they were like, I ain't fuck. Unless I get called to something, I'm not going to go.
Wow.
I'm not going to go around and, what am I going to yell at kids all day?
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
that. So they would like go there and just chill. I mean, they would go, you know, if you were doing, listen, I mean, if you weren't being an asshole, the cops kind of left you alone. And that's the way it was everywhere back then.
Right.
And
Okay.
that's what was so great about it.
So you went. This is your first 2 weeks there. You went from 17 to 26, right? You were
17
consistent.
to like, yeah,
9 years
26.
straight. I'm
Yeah.
assuming things picked up a bit when you turned 21, right? The bars started to.
No, things picked up a bit when we all started getting fake IDs.
Oh.
So probably at around, I'm trying to think. So I had my fake ID that I used to buy alcohol. And this is a good one. I'll never, I remember the name. I found the license. So
Where is it?
It wasn't picture license either. So think about it. Your license was a little paper license that just had
Your name.
your height, weight, name, and that was it. So my name was Thomas Monahan. I was 5'9".
Okay.
I had blonde hair and blue eyes.
Come on.
I'm not lying. And I would go to a liquor store and the guy would be like, all right, Mr. Monahan, what do you want? And I'm like, I'll have this, that. And he's like, okay, Mr. Monahan. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Like the first time I tried to get into I tried to get into a bar. Hey kid, get something that matches you a little better. Get the fuck out of here.
Really?
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
weren't. Would they take it? Would they call the cops?
No, no.
There was
There was just none of that shit. And it wasn't like I was like, oh, it's me. I'm like, all right.
That's not me. Did Joey Harrison's allow you in with the figs? Or they knew?
When we were close. So I think I started going to Joey's probably when I was, I'm gonna say like 20.
Right around yeah. Was
So,
he
like
there?
a year before? Yes.
He was always there.
No, he wasn't always there, but he was there.
Mhm.
And we're gonna go right into Joey Harrison's right now.
I mean, I think so.
All right, if that's it, you're leading this.
Yeah. I want to know what he looked like too.
He looked like a movie star.
Really?
He looked like, the guy was like tan as could be. Great shape, because he was like, he was a boxer. And that doesn't mean you're in great shape. He was just in great shape, real thin. He stayed in like a condo that was like right there. And he had 2 Dobermans. Now, there's a reason why I know he has 2 Dobermans, but I'll get into that down the line a little bit. So Joey's was, to me, one of, I gotta say, it was the best place to go.
Really?
Yes. It was the best place to go because, as you're a little older and you're thinking about it, the way they marketed it and the way they did it, bikini contests on Saturday.
I mean,
Every day there was like something going on. And the way it was set up, so you came in the front door and there was a long bar right there. And that bar, and this is the other interesting dynamic about Joey Harrison's. There were like, you almost knew who was at the bar by which bar they were at.
Right.
There was like a bar that Essex County guys hung out at. Then there were bars that like Hudson County guys hung out at. And then the far bar, I don't know how these guys got this, which is kind of like, now that I'm processing, I'm like, why the fuck did we get the shit bar that was right near the door? But it was right near the bathrooms. Maybe it was strategic. I don't know.
Right.
But the Staten Island, New York guys, they had the bar all the way near the water. That was like
the best bar.
I think it was the best one.
Yeah.
Those fuckers were a little smarter than us, I
Really?
guess. But like those were like the three bars, and then there. I mean, listen, it wasn't just those guys there. You had like obviously Passaic County, you had people from like down the shore and everybody else. But then there was a bar off to the side, in like this little like cutout, had all windows. It was a great bar. You saw the ocean. The door was right there. You got a nice breeze. That was the old guy bar.
Oh.
So the old guy bar, they would be guys my age, younger, probably from 40s. They were from their 40s to their 70s.
Really?
Yes. And they were dressed like they were in Miami. They had their shorts on, their little button down. They had their rings. They were all drinking drinks. Nobody was drinking a beer. And you could act like an asshole. But if one of them looked at you, or you went over there, like if the other bars are packed and you had to go over there and you had the balls to go over and buy a drink, you were like, sir, excuse me, can I get a drink? And he would go ahead, kid. And they'd let you get a drink, and then you went away. You didn't
hang out with the old
You
guys?
didn't hang out there.
Really?
They didn't want to talk to you. Like, fuck off.
Did you ever graduate into becoming an old man at the old bar?
The bar didn't. I know. I
Sucks.
just never. And I remember the oldest I was when I went there, I was probably in my 30s.
Okay.
It's not old enough to get there.
Yes. That's like a middle ground.
And I wasn't cool enough to get there.
Really?
Yeah. No, you had to have status to get there. I mean, I didn't make it to the old guy bar.
And what happened with it?
Sandy.
And that was it, right?
That was it, man.
And they never recovered.
They never recovered.
Yeah.
It's a shame that nobody ever put anything back there, did anything. I mean, because the location was just, it was right on the beach.
What is there now?
Condos.
Wow.
I mean,
really?
so think about this. The other thing that I'm leaving out. Wait, I can't leave anything out. There was a gym. There was a gym in the bar.
No way.
There was a gym. There was a gym and there was food. But the food I think came later on. But like the initial bar, there was a gym. Now, the gym, you would think, I'll go in there and no. That didn't happen either. Like if you weren't like putting 45s on an easy curl or like maybe 245s, or you weren't benching 300 for reps, you weren't going in there because they would be like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a typical Jersey gym.
But you would see girls in there. Oh, like that's the other thing. Like, oh God, there's so much to talk about.
You got time.
You would see girls in there working out, and it's like, holy fuck, how fucking strong is that fucking girl? You know? And I mean, these guys in there, half of them were the bouncers that worked there, which
okay, that makes sense.
they were monsters. And when they were throwing you, like I saw them throwing a guy out one night trying to break his legs near on one of the beams of the they had his legs and they had him, and they're running him into trying to break his legs. I'm like, holy shit, these guys are nuts. And they were gigantic.
Yeah.
Like the one guy, they had two guys there one year. One guy like I don't know. He was like a offensive tackle at like Kentucky. Like he was like the size, like where that light is. I was like, oh my God. And they were just gigantic.
Yeah.
And it was just the funnest place. I mean, the girls, like think about this. So you're going on the beach and you're drinking on the beach. They had waitresses would go right on the beach, bring you drinks.
Oh, it was like a beach bar as well.
Beach bar. So you're sitting there on the beach drinking, you know, your glasses are piled up this high, vodka gimlets or whatever, melon balls or whatever craziness you're drinking. You're on the beach in the sun. Now you walk inside and everybody's in their bathing suit. The girls are in their bikinis, except the girls there, they would throw heels on. Now you got girls walking around in bikinis with heels on. You got guys, you know, all bombed or whatever,
Sure.
hanging out. And I mean, it was just,
Sounds like a great place to be.
oh my God. And the DJ they had there, I forget this guy's name. He was like famous.
What kind of music did they play back then?
It was all dance music.
Really?
I think they had one night. I think they used to do one night during the week that was like a rock night. Like maybe they would have like a live band, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
liked the
You
live
like rock,
music
yeah,
and
yeah.
I liked the rock music. But like for that atmosphere, the dance music and the DJ that they had, he was just awesome.
What do you remember? Like who was hot back then in like the 80s for dance music?
God.
I know you're a big music guy, so you probably.
I mean, like you could go down there and like see Lisa would be like playing at one of the clubs. And she like, you know, they had like one or two songs. And I can't, you know, Johnny, I got a brain for it.
I'm trying to.
I need more
trying to,
I need more Prevagen.
No,
Stat.
I get it. I'm trying to like listen in my head to like 80s dance music, and I can't put a.
You know, everybody was singing and dancing.
Yeah.
They had the two Spanish guys that sang and
What is it?
The Bee Gees, right? That's 80s?
no, that's 70s. The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees. Let's see 80s dance music.
I'm not that old.
Come on, don't disrespect me like that. 80s dance music. It's like talk to me. Na, na, na,
Yeah.
Yeah. 80s dance.
You know, and
Dun, dun, dun,
I
dun,
just
dun, dun.
mean it was, but you know, then you would have your little skirmishes that would break out.
Yeah, I'm sure there was plenty of fights over there.
And probably the best fight that I saw, these two girls, I never saw anything like this in my life. It was a girl from Staten Island, and I think it was like a girl from Jersey City. They were both about 5'9" and 5'10". They were pretty good sized girls.
Big girl.
High heels. The one girl took her heel, put it through the other girl's face.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Not one, like twice. Beat the shit out of her. It was the crazy. It's sad to say the craziest fight I ever saw was two girls, but I'm telling you, like I've seen guys fight and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, wow. He's kind of hitting him pretty, you know, he's hitting him pretty good. But, oh no. Listen, you take your heel off, stick it through another girl's face. That's taking it through a whole nother
How
level.
close were you to this?
Oh, well, you weren't that close. And what was funny was the giant moose bouncers go running over, right? They bear hug these girls, threw them out. But when they threw them out, that's where the fight really happened. They threw them out into the
shit.
street, so everybody went outside to watch. Oh, it was nuts.
Oh, they didn't stop these guys.
And really pretty girls.
Oh yeah,
And you see these two like pretty girls
for sure.
like fighting like men. And then the heel comes off right through.
That's insane.
Through the cheek. Oh my God. I mean, it just
Did fights break out often over there?
every once in a while.
Yeah, I feel like not. Because I feel like the environment isn't conducive for fighting. Everybody wants to have a good time.
Everybody wants to have a good time, but just think about it. You got a lot of there's a
testosterone.
lot of testosterone in the room, and there's a lot of estrogen, and there's a lot of musk being
Yeah,
thrown
yeah,
around, and
Yeah, I could see that. What? So Joey Harris's was your favorite bar. What are
My
some other
favorite.
like big name bars?
see, but like it's almost like you had like a circuit you could do,
Yeah.
because it wasn't just Joey's. So you go up the road a little bit, and then you got two other bars right on the beach, and they're still there. you got Mortell's, and you got Jenkinson's,
All right.
right in Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
So we would go up there. Now, I think both of them actually, they were more live music.
Mm-hmm.
But they would do
They
the
still
dan-
are.
But they would do the dance music. But I loved, those two places. Loved it. It just wasn't my little home base was Joey's. Like we would go to Seaside, so we would go to Seaside, and you had Hollywood's, Panache, Bamboo. You had the bars up there on the RJ's. Where RJ's was, I think it was called something else.
In Seaside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there
yeah.
was Aztec. Like I said, the Aztec was there. They had the other ones up there on the beach.
I think Aztec's closed now. huh?
And then you had up in Manasquan, Leggett's, which I was just at, still the same. And you have the Osprey. The Osprey was cool because the Osprey was cool for me because I liked the live music.
Yeah.
I like the dance music was good, but I'd rather listen to like live music. I'd like the rock music better. And what the Osprey would do is they would have a band and they'd on one side and they'd have dance music on the other.
Yeah, they still do that.
So it was like whatever you want to do.
yeah, they do that now. They can go back and forth.
And then you know what like wasn't my thing? Like DJs and like just
In Bar A, no?
no.
When did Bar A become popular?
I don't even know. I don't even remember Bar A until I was like older.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember that when I remember going to DJs. You know what was weird? So like DJs and what's it called there in Seagirt? What's that one in Seagirt? The Parker House.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Parker House, awesome. But like,
A little more of like a yuppie bar though, no?
yes, for me, it was like, and I know this is gonna sound like like I'm a real lughead, but it really just was the way it was. It was like the college kids.
Yeah, that's
The college kids went to DJs. They went to the Parker House. They kind of like stayed up that way. And it was like the kids that necessarily didn't go to college were more Ortley Beach and Seaside,
Yeah.
kind of.
so my dad would have went over to
Oh, your dad would have tied a sweater on and walked right into the Parker House.
like he was born into it.
Oh, my God. Like he was born into it. He would
That's
have.
so crazy.
He would have went in there. He would have been like, Steven, please behave.
yeah.
You know?
So he wasn't participating in the escapades.
Am I allowed to? Am I allowed to mention
Yeah,
that?
yeah, right, like
that Jaji Ball is actually,
People like yeah.
he would. He was a good. He was a good. Like he could do both.
yeah.
Almost
still
like
could.
almost like oh he still does.
Yeah.
Like a chameleon.
Yeah.
Listen, your father can hang out with anybody because he's a very likable guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's my best
Yeah,
friend,
yeah, yeah.
of course. I mean,
Right.
I mean, and yeah. So he did. He played both.
So he would come visit.
Oh my God. He like bull rushed his way into like one of our houses.
For
He goes,
free.
I'm sleeping with you.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, I'll bring like food. And plus, he was working. He was a bouncer.
My dad?
Yeah. Hold it a second.
Wait, what?
You didn't know your father was a bouncer in Seaside
No. Where was he bouncing?
at that place at Hollywood's.
No way.
Yes.
I never knew that.
He got us into Hollywood's for free.
What?
Yep. And wait, what I didn't even get to, one year, one of our best friends bartended at the surf club.
Wow. That's big.
So think about that. $40 on the bar.
That's it.
$40 stays on the bar all night, just getting changed out. Sorry, Joey.
Yeah.
But you made enough money. And that all went into the tip cup for them.
Wow.
And we're speaking Swahili the whole, like, trying to walk home. Now, our house during that time was in Seaside.
Oh, shit.
So we used to have to walk to Seaside. Oh, my God.
How far is that walk?
That's not far. It was maybe a mile. Mile and a half.
Yeah.
But there was like this Brazilian chicken place right there. You get a bucket of Brazilian chicken. You're walking home, throwing the bones in the street, like you're living in Irvington or whatever. And oh my God,
I can't believe my dad bounced.
Your father.
How many
I can't believe
years?
You didn't know that.
No.
One summer.
Did he ever have to throw anybody out?
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Oh God, listen. Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
I
Just imagine. Just like let your mind go wild.
no. It's
Yeah.
going. I mean, he definitely he was good for the job. I mean,
Good for the job. He was the smallest guy there, by far. I don't even know how he got the job. It was so weird. He was like, "Yeah, I'm bouncing." Bounce.
yeah, you wouldn't expect him to bounce.
But he worked. I guess he was the smallest guy, so they put him at the front door. So
So he was kicking people
So
out.
again, no. He's working the front door. So your father probably made $100,000 there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to stay in line? All right. I mean,
Yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah.
so funny. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna ask why he never told me about this. That's hilarious.
yeah.
Let's see if he admits it.
He'll get mad at me. He won't talk to me for a month now.
He's not even gonna answer. What could he be doing?
He's busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah, busy.
Making deals.
He's making deals.
Making deals. Yeah, I know.
That's
You're
hilarious.
sorry in the circle.
Yeah, whatever. That's hilarious though.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was down there with you guys.
He was down there, like I said, for the 1 year. And then again, he would just float in and out. But again, he would go with like our other friends. He'd go to like LBI. Yeah. I don't want to slum it up there in Ortley Beach. He would go to what was the other beach? Beach Haven with like our other friend.
Yeah.
Where they'd like, they'd sit around and just like sip champagne and tie sweaters around their necks and
The other half.
yeah, and then he goes and bounces and stays with us.
Yeah, that's wild. He
Yeah.
can do both.
Oh, please.
Wow.
He was the best.
So you're now getting older and you really stayed in the area. What ends up happening to you at the beach club?
So, it was two little, minor altercations that started.
Yeah.
They might have been, I don't necessarily know how you describe it, but it could have been like the first one at least. It cleared the whole bar, and the giant bouncer I told you about, the guy that played at Kansas. So a fight breaks out in there. So the way it started was, remember how I told you there was like the Essex County bar and the Hudson County bar? They were like this. Now I know why our bars were here. The dance floor was right there.
So you guys like to dance.
Yes, like Greeks
Right.
together.
Yeah.
So the great thing was, two of my friends, they're out on the dance floor, and they're literally just dancing with each other, just being goofy.
Yeah.
Didn't care about anything. Anyway, a girl that was with these Hudson County guys decides, ooh, those two guys are cute. She goes and she starts dancing with them, and they're just being goofy.
Right.
They're like sandwiching her and like just being goofy. So I'm looking over and I go, all right, somebody's got to go get them, because I saw the eyes.
Oh, the Hudson County guys.
No, one guy. It was his girlfriend.
How do you blame the guys?
Hey,
That's
buddy,
situation.
get a new girlfriend.
'Cause that one's gone.
This one's no good.
That one's getting sandwiched over there.
Yeah, that one's getting sandwiched. Go get another one. Call it a day.
Right. Wait, let me ask a quick question. Where were the best looking girls from out of the counties?
See, again, I'm a staunch New Jersey human being. The Northeast, the tri-state area, to me, has the best looking women,
I think so too.
hands down.
Yeah.
California, sorry, no good. I can't even listen to your voice.
Right.
And
You like a typical Jersey girl.
yes.
Yeah.
Give me. Hey, listen, New Jersey, like I said, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Staten Island wants to call themselves their own place. Staten Island people, number one, awesome.
Yeah.
They were fun, and you just didn't fuck with them.
Good
You just-
personalities.
You just knew better.
Yeah.
But you wanted to get along with them.
Yeah.
Like anybody you heard with a Brooklyn accent, you were like, all right, yeah, let's not fuck with that guy because, who knows, he'll just crack you over the head with something. It doesn't mean like he's not even a think.
Yeah.
So, but they were fun. The New York people, they were fun.
Yeah.
It's like, and I hate to say we're in Hudson County, but the Hudson County people here now are different than those Hudson County people. These were tough guys.
Yeah.
And they were there, a whole bunch of them. And I saw the guy with the eyes, and I'm like, oh, man, this is going to get bad. And all of a sudden, he just went over and bang. He hit one of my friends. And then what they didn't realize, though, so there was probably about in total, 8 to 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That whole bar was all Verona guys.
Oh, so
It was the older Verona guys. It was the younger Verona guys. And that whole bar went that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it just started. And it was off. It was like, it was like a fight in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
They were everybody's just hitting everybody. You didn't even know who you were hitting.
Right.
I'm sure some of the Hudson County girls were jumping in, choking guys, and who knows.
Right.
But so the bouncers, these giant gorillas, come running over, start grabbing people. So so I see this, and I'm like, fuck, I'm getting out of here. So this monster looks at me. I'm not even kidding you. I dove under his legs, and I ran out the door. So I go out the door. I go outside. My one friend's there. My two friends are standing right outside the door, and they're like, I'm gonna wait for this fucker when he comes out. Okay. Hudson County guys, what I will give them, they're very street smart. This kid goes through another door, sees my friend stand there. Cracks him again.
No way.
Right? Cracks him again. But my other friend was there, grabs him, and just launches him down these 3 stairs.
Now, are these two friends you had, were they fighters? Like they were known to fight?
They were tough guys.
Yeah.
They were tough enough.
Right.
And this kid comes flying downstairs, lands on his back. I don't know if that did the damage, but then he got kicked in the head. He got kicked right in the face. He's out cold now, right?
Who kicked him?
I don't know.
Oh. Neither do I.
Somebody did.
Somebody must have kicked him. Who knows?
So, all of a sudden, now we hear the sirens. Now we know what's coming. The other big giant mooses that have sticks now. So everybody runs. But I guess the bouncers, the one face that they remembered was Faccia Brute right here. This ugly face. So I'm thinking nothing of it. Next day, I do my thing. I'm up on the beach. I'm hanging out. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there with my eyes closed. I open my eyes. There's 2 giant bouncers there. Get the fuck up. I'm like, what? Get the fuck up. I get up. They grab me. I'm like, oh my God, are they taking me to kill me? There he is, Joey Harrison. White button-down shirt, opened up, white shorts, 2 Dobermans. Is that the fucking guy? Get the fuck out of here. You're out of here for life. So now I'm a little hungover. And as I'm walking out, I couldn't go out just like a little punk. So I'm like, yo, out for life. And Joey threw me the fuck out. I go, look, he is real. Get the fuck out of here, asshole. It was probably August.
Right.
So I couldn't go back. So I had to go to Seaside or go up to whatever.
Summer's almost over.
Right. And I went back. The next year I went back. Nobody knew any better. Everything's fine. Couple years went by. And like kind of like a similar situation happened, except all the old bouncers got fired.
Oh, good.
They brought new guys in, and lo and behold, Joey throws me out for life again.
Why?
It was just another, and this one really wasn't. I really didn't have. I don't know. I don't think I had that much to do with it, but another fight broke out where the whole fucking place just. That one I got to say was worse because they didn't have the big monster bouncers there anymore.
Oh,
And people like fucking knocked cash registers over and like.
no shit.
Yeah.
Animals. I'm surprised Joey didn't hire big mooses again.
Bro, he got something happened with him and the group of guys. They were run by these like the one big guy. I think his name was Frank, and then there was another guy. I think like his nickname was Mulch. It was a big dark-haired guy and the blonde-haired guy, but they're like a little shorter than. But when I say shorter, like I don't know, 6'2" and like
Just still big humans, yeah.
just giant human beings, and they were sadistic. Like I said, like if they grabbed you to throw you out, they're breaking something.
Right.
But they're gonna let you know that you got thrown out. Hey,
So these guys were still nasty dudes.
nasty dudes.
Okay.
And then I think years later, I think they came back. I think
the
they
big
did.
guys.
Yeah, I think they did. And I don't know. It was just fun. I loved it. I let me tell you something. Joey Harrison's here to thank me because not only did I go to Joey Harrison's down the shore, I went to the one in Clifton.
You had another one?
He had one in Clifton,
What was
too.
that called?
Joey Harrison's.
Really?
Listen, he liked his name.
I guess. I mean, it's a great name.
Great name.
Yeah.
Joey Harrison's had the little devil logo. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah. When I got married the first time, there's a picture of me with the Joey Harrison's guinea tea on.
He had his own guinea teas?
Oh, of course he did.
Was it branded?
With the little devil on it,
That's
Joey
amazing.
Harrison's.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's awesome.
You got to find that.
Oh, if I could find that. Oh, my God.
That would
I'll start
be-
wearing it every day.
You would have to wear it back on the third podcast.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Okay. And he's deceased, correct?
I have no idea.
Why did I feel like...
If he's not, I'm going to get my ass kicked for talking shit.
yeah. Well, hopefully he's older now. He's got to be 8 years old, the guy now.
It doesn't matter. I'll probably still kick my ass.
Wow. Which you brought up is funny. There's a trending question going on TikTok right now, and I'm very curious to hear your answer. You mentioned gorillas. And I want you to think about this because your first instinct is going to be easy, but really, really think hard about this.
I know the question.
Right. 100 humans
Right.
versus one gorilla.
Yeah.
Now, let me paint you the story because I think what happens is that everybody says 100, that's a lot of people. They're going to maul this gorilla. I don't think they're really, really diving into like the reality of this scenario.
Who's the first?
Exactly. That's
Okay.
my exact question.
Here's the thing.
Every time.
Here's the first thing. So, I heard, it's funny you're saying this. I heard it yesterday.
It's funny.
And I'm like, the gorilla.
Easy.
The gorilla. Because, and it's funny, I hear people answering, humans? Okay. Who's the first one? The gorilla's going to bite his face off. You ever see like the way a gorilla kills something?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to bite his face off. So you're going to see a human being get his face bit off and his arm ripped off. Because the gorilla's going to rip his arm off.
Right.
Who's next?
I think the problem that people have is everybody thinks they're going to be 100 tough guys.
People think you're going to get behind the gorilla. So now you jump on a gorilla's back. The gorilla's arms are down to the ground. He's going to reach behind, grab your neck, maybe rip your head off while he's throwing you, probably about 100 feet. I think after seeing 10 people get their arms ripped off, their face bit off, that other 90 people, and the gorilla's not going to get tired. The gorilla is a wild animal. The gorilla fights to the death.
People don't realize that humans have a shut off and
Yes.
animals do not have a
They
shut
don't.
off. Like you just said, you're locked in a room or whatever the fuck it is, and you see a gorilla bite somebody's face off. You're now not going to fight.
Oh, yeah, I'm going.
And let me ask the question. Hypothetically, you do kill this. How are you killing it? What are you doing to this animal that's going to kill it?
You're going to choke it?
You can't choke it.
Its neck is this thing.
It could take a bullet.
Right.
It's not taking a punch to the face and getting phased by. What are you doing to it? What are you doing
punch
to
to
it?
the face. Yeah, I mean, it's not happening.
But what really? So you're a fan of 100 humans. What do you think is happening?
Need 40 to do it.
How? Give me how. What's the final blow to this gorilla?
You just gotta snap the neck.
Snap the neck.
Listen,
Go snap a dog's neck and try to snap a gorilla. It's a gorilla.
I think I could do a dog, no problem.
Okay. The other is a trained canine versus a human.
One.
One.
I mean, it's
One-on-one?
The dog's gonna win.
One-on-one is tough.
One-on-one.
Because I don't know if I'm letting a dog kill me.
One-on-one's
Yeah. They're so big.
One-on-one, again, it's a wild animal.
I guess we have to really factor in what state of mind is the gorilla or dog in? Is it trying to kill you?
The gorilla is in. It's a wild animal. It has one speed.
Right.
Kill or be killed.
Right.
And it's going until it's dead. Listen, I had a 20-pound Jack Russell and I had a 90-pound Rottweiler.
Oh, he was a big boy.
Right. The Jack Russell that was 20 pounds grew up with the Rottweiler. So the little 20-pound Jack Russell thought she was a 90-pound Rottweiler.
Yeah.
I saw her kill a groundhog. A groundhog. You ever see how docile a groundhog is?
Yeah.
Well, when a groundhog that's a docile wild animal is being attacked, it's vicious.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so Shotzi was my little Jack Russell.
Yeah.
She came out from under these steps. Now, the funny thing was the Rottweiler is pounding on the steps, almost ripping up the wood steps because Shotzi's underneath fighting.
Oh my God.
So the Rottweiler's in a frenzy. I ran over there. I'm like, stop. I'm yelling. I think the Rottweiler looked at me and was like, fuck off. And she comes walking out. She killed this thing underneath. And the thing probably had her by 5 pounds. She comes walking out. She looks like William Wallace. Her face is covered with blood. And she's like,
oh my God.
breathing, like spitting like blood out. I looked underneath. I go, oh my God. I went and got my ex-wife. I go, hey, you got to clean something up. I was like, holy.
That is insane. Right.
Dude.
And for no reason.
Because it was there.
Right.
She used to go and get snakes. I guess it's like a snake thing in the family.
Yeah.
She would get snakes. She would bite the middle of it and swing her head until she bit it in half and it flew into two pieces.
Oh my God.
The Rottweiler was running after a rabbit one time. Ran into the fence, split its head open.
Oof.
I'm like, whoa. I started making fun of her. I go, that rabbit got you, huh? That's the last time you'll chase a rabbit. The next day, I go outside. I'm like, what the fuck does she have in her mouth? You know how Rottweilers have that smile?
Yeah.
She's got the rabbit in her mouth, dead, and ripped to shreds. And she's smiling at me, looking like this, swinging it around. I'm like, they just kill shit to kill shit.
Yeah.
So a gorilla?
Right. Back to the point.
Back to the point.
Right.
Gorilla? A fucking gorilla?
Here's another thing I want to keep in mind here. We're saying 100 humans. Let's give it benefit of the doubt. We're saying 100 men, right?
100 men.
Let's take the average man in America is 5'9", 180, 185 around
Right.
there. Doesn't really work out. Doesn't train to fight.
Right.
What are these average humans doing to a gorilla? Nothing.
They're dying.
You could.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll give you.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe the gorilla will get tired of ripping arms off and biting faces after he does 50.
What do you think the final blow is? That's my biggest issue.
Listen, you go straight for the eyes, all right?
It's not killing it. It's not dead.
How are you getting it? You could gouge the eye out of a gorilla.
I'm going 50 people. You don't think you could all dogpile the gorilla?
And then what?
Oh my God. I got to tell you something. How about this? Let's start this right now. Let's get a GoFundMe. Let's get a GoFundMe page.
Okay.
Let's get $1 million. Now, how much would we need to pay each guy $100,000? Do the math, somebody.
100,000 by
100
100
guys.
is 10 million.
The law would just
10 million?
more expensive.
I think we could do it. Let's raise 10 million.
Let's raise $10 million and get 100,000. You would have to. Can you imagine watching this?
Wait. No. It's not 100,000 a guy. First 10 guys get 200,000.
The first guy can get $1 billion. Doesn't matter because you're not lasting.
Yes.
You can give him whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
Give his family whatever he
when
wants.
the other nope, family doesn't get it. You
you're
get
fucked.
it if you live.
You're not like again.
Oh my God, I'll put that money up. I'll even go on FanDuel. Listen,
Oh, yeah,
I hope FanDuel's with you.
I'll take
put
whatever
the
odds.
I'll put the 10 million on FanDuel. I'll say, look, I lose the 10 million. If these guys do win, kill me. Take my life. You're never winning. Give me 100 million back now.
Yeah, it's just a truly,
Dude.
It's so crazy to me.
Wait, can we ask like Chat GPT to like do a
I'm sure we could. What does chat think?
Which one you want? You want the 40 or the 100?
40? What do you mean 40?
40 men or 100?
100, dude. 40. You're overestimating the strength and toughness of the average man in today's day and age. You had gladiators that were fighting animals and dying.
That's one-on-one though.
They had
and
weapons.
they had spears and weapons.
And they were still losing.
You gotta get close to the animal.
I'm just saying, my only problem is, again, there's no final blow, in my opinion, to a gorilla.
That's like saying
You can't choke a gorilla out. It doesn't have, a neck is this big.
Oh my God.
Like you'd have to kick the neck or kick the eyeballs out like something continuously.
You just hope the eyeball out.
And then what?
How would you
It's not
get-
dead. It's
how-
not.
Whoa, ChatGPT is even crazier than me.
What to say?
All right, silverback gorilla. That's I think the strongest
Yes.
one, right?
Right.
15 to 20 average men. Done deal. The average.
What's
but,
give me? Ask you how are the humans killing it?
realistic scenario? Fewer than 10, gorilla wipes them out. 15 plus, possible if they swarm it and some sacrifice themselves. 20 to 30, high odds of success. With weight to pin it down and attacking the vital points.
I don't know.
I gotta call Chat
Yeah,
GBT
we gotta
bullshit
call
right
whoever's-
there.
Yeah. I again, attacking a vital point. I don't know what that necessarily looks like.
Well, are you gonna kick a gorilla in its nuts and its judgy balls?
And what is it doing? You're just gonna get angry.
It's gonna get mad
You're gonna get
and it's
angrier.
gonna bite your face off.
Yeah. You're not killing it by taking its nuts out.
All I think about is Donkey Kong in Super Smash when he does the spin and just like his arms around.
That's
Dude,
he would do. He would just spin around and knock the shit out of people.
But there you go. I'm just
That's 10 right there.
the sheer, but the sheer.
It's giving me a detailed plan about how these 30 men could kill the gorilla.
What's the final blow?
I'm calling such GPT
Control
GPT bullshit.
Okay, control limbs and what?
Control the limbs, gouge the eyes, rip
Control the
throat out.
limbs. Control the limbs of a gorilla.
However,
gorilla.
It says minimum 6 people to sacrifice, 4 to 6.
Bro, that's dumb. Because think about it like this. Okay, you have 100. You can't dogpile 100 people. So like we realistically we'd have to hold like one arm. This group right here, we're responsible for one arm.
One arm.
We're not going to be able to do it together.
We could do it together.
Because again, somebody has to go first, right? It's not like we can all dive at one simultaneous time.
We pick the guy nobody likes to go first.
And then what?
His face is getting ripped off. The
Oh,
gorilla's
my
having
God.
a great time. Then we all come around.
I don't think so. I think you're.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up on the gorilla's back.
And then what?
We're getting arms and legs.
Again, I think the chance you would have is if you had 100 trained professional fighters. Yes, if you had 100 John Jones.
I put 10 of them in there. They're winning.
Oh God. Dude.
And then one guy. to
Wait,
sacrifice.
then we could. Okay.
I think
Wait,
size matters too.
Wait,
How big is it?
if ChatGPT is saying this, right?
Yeah.
Then maybe we can raise enough money to do 250,000
A person.
to 10 trained giant big animal fighters
Right.
that will fight a silverback gorilla
Okay, but now
for 250.
are you training the gorilla? Like, are you making sure you're picking the baddest gorilla
That
ever?
would be number one,
Between 3
the highest selling thing
Oh my God.
ever on fucking.
I would love to watch
Anywhere.
an animal fucking beat the shit out of a human.
Oh my God.
It happened in Russia though. I feel
Yeah, they fight bears and shit, bro. Yeah.
dying. You are gonna watch people die live.
1,000.
Brutal, gruesome death.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
Well. Wait a second. You know they used to have like guys used to fight bears.
yeah, but it was like
But-
tamed, right?
The bear had like shit on its hands, so you couldn't claw you, and it had a muzzle. So you're not muzzling the gorilla,
No.
and maybe this could be a thing. We could have
Look up the average size of a gorilla and the average size of its fang teeth.
300 to 500 pounds is the silverback gorilla.
Okay, so we're getting a 500-pound gorilla.
We're gonna find. And how big is the teeth?
The bite force is stronger than a lion.
That is
1300
fucking
PSI.
crazy, dude.
you're crazy thinking 10 could get it done though.
No. This is like I'm saying 350-pound versions of John.
But here's the thing again, like we're taking average men.
No.
The average man is not 350
No.
pounds.
Yeah.
He's saying
Oh, if you get
If we're going with 10, I'm picking 10 350-pound versions.
we're
okay. Yeah,
we're picking picking 10 guys that know how to do whatever
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
that's different. Brian Shaw's of the world, Eddie Hall's, like
the weight of the human
Bro.
is the biggest thing.
that's if it outweighs.
Who's the first one?
Yeah, that's all I want to know.
Who's the first one that thinks he's gonna go in?
I don't think anybody. Honestly, I think realistically speaking, nobody's walking first.
Okay, so
The gorilla's coming to the first guy and then.
number one.
I mean, there's always somebody saying, "All right, I'll do it." Who?
Number one, you're gonna go into this place with this gorilla. The gorilla is gonna be there restrained. Soon as they let the restraints off this gorilla, and again, let's even up the ante a little. Why don't we make it a gorilla that hasn't made it in 6 months and hasn't ate in a few days?
Now this thing is raping kids too. It's gonna fuck some guys.
Yeah.
Probably the dead ones.
Yes.
And I gotta watch that. Like, I'm telling you, there's no.
That's your best. That's probably your best.
You're gonna get
It's getting horny, bro. Yeah.
you're gonna get gorilla fucked.
Yeah. You're actually getting gorilla fucked, for sure. Yeah.
It did.
It took
But
it.
anyway,
But yeah, but
just
long
let
story
it-
short, there's no
but
way.
I'm telling you, I'm going gorilla.
I think gorilla
To keep
actually
it
has.
simple.
I think a gorilla has some of the best chances out of any animal on the planet because, like, I saw somebody else saying the elephant. Like an elephant, I actually think we have a better chance of killing an elephant.
Nah, you out of your bird.
I guess how would we do that?
Brother, the elephant will
Nah.
just step on. You ever seen the elephant?
Yeah, that
When-
one
when
video is
someone tries to
crazy.
fuck with the kids,
Yeah.
they'll
Wait, but
hurt
have you ever seen videos of a lion or a tiger out in Zimbabwe or wherever they are eating a human, like getting a human and eating it?
No, where do you get these videos?
You never saw it?
There's a whole documentary on the tiger that used to.
There was a tiger that was killing people.
Are there videos of this?
I don't know the actual.
The one video, it's actually my favorite video. This is my favorite, and it's for a reason. It's my favorite. So there's this guy videoing him shooting a lion, right? And he goes up to the lion with his rifle, has his camera set up, and he's there and he's holding the lion's head and he's smiling. And all of a sudden, his buddy, the lion's buddy, sees him, and you see this fucking lion come out of nowhere,
No way.
fucking jump right on this guy and fucking rip him up. I love it.
We have to find this video.
Yeah, that
We'll
you
wa-
can find.
We'll watch that off camera.
Yeah, that you can find. That and, no offense, like the whole bullfighting thing, I root for the bull.
You have to. Again, you put any sort of animal. I think that's the other problem too. Like, who the fuck wants?
I mean,
to
I have
kill
nothing
this?
against a matador or, anything else, but,
Right.
I mean, they look pretty good in that tight uniform they wear.
Yeah,
With the whole sword thing.
They do.
But I root for the bull.
Yeah, I mean, you have to when
Yeah,
you're
really
when you're
do.
chaining up an animal like that.
Yeah.
So 100 men are dying
Oh,
when they face a
dying.
gorilla. So leave a comment below what you guys think.
100, I think 100 can get it. But 40, 50, no shot.
It's not a skill thing at this point.
I gotta tell you, I can't.
I'm not
I know
convinced.
Chat GPT is really smart and
No, I'm
everything,
not
but I'm
convinced.
not seeing it, man.
Oh, neither am I. There's no evidence to prove that. I've never seen enough evidence from humans, the average human, that gives me confidence that it can kill a gorilla.
Maybe we could do this down the shore on the beach.
Yeah, we can find. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I think that's well. I mean, that's again. Thank you. This is great. This actually leads right into Memorial Day
Yes, it
coming
does.
up. So this is perfect timing.
And enjoy the Jersey Shore.
I think
Best place to be.
best place to be. Personally, I feel the same way. And if you're not from Jersey, you have to come and experience at least
Well,
once.
I mean, the other thing, just real quick, because I gotta pump Jersey up a little more.
Go ahead.
They're doing live country music on the beaches now. Down
At
in
Asbury Park,
Wildwood,
right?
Asbury Park, like live music, bougie restaurants. You want to get dressed up and go somewhere, have a nice cocktail, you could do it. You just want to sit, like I was telling you about, like over by me, Captain's Inn and like the other places, those bay places,
Yeah.
Pig and the Parrot in Brielle, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sit there right on the water, your fucking flip flops, drink a Corona, and just
Nothing
chill
better.
out.
Nothing better than Jersey.
Welcome
in
to
summer.
New Jersey.
Welcome to New Jersey. That's it for today, everybody. Like, subscribe, share. Peace.